For more reaction to the first budget of Prime Minister Mark Carney's government, we're joined live by Josh Morgan, the Mayor of London and the Chair of the Federation of Canadian Municipalities Big City Mayors Caucus. Josh, thanks a lot for joining us. First off, what are the initial discussions in reaction to this?
Well, first off, we're really pleased with some of the language around the budget. The recognition that municipal infrastructure is a critical infrastructure to meeting the federal government's goals, critical to housing, productivity, trade, and resilience. That's really good to see. And that sort of language is what we've been saying to the federal government and our provincial governments for years. This is the thing that happens in our cities. We're the on-the-ground places where, issues like trade disputes, infrastructure, housing all hit the ground, homelessness, all these issues are faced within our communities and our cities. So it's good to see that recognition. I think that it's the Ontario Finance Minister was just speaking, and I think we echo some similar concerns that are within there. It's great to see that the federal government is committing new infrastructure funding. There is a significant portion of this that is being reprofiled. I will say municipalities do really like the old gas tax fund. It was called the Canada Community Building Fund, and now is being renamed under the Build Community Strong Fund, the community stream. That is a proven way to flow money in directly into communities that has worked to build infrastructure, transit infrastructure, roads, and the things we need across this country in our cities. So it's great that that's a proven model, but that money is not new money. That's money that we've counted on in our long-term budgets. There's a few other pieces in here that I think are significant. In Ontario, the move to reduce development charges is just another way of paying for growth infrastructure. From my perspective and my colleagues, I don't think we're too fussy on how growth infrastructure is paid for, but this will not be new money either. This is money that will be replacing the reduction in development charges, which is what we currently use to build the growth in our communities. So when the cities get bigger, we need more roads, more snow removal, more pipes in the ground, more streets, and those are things that money will continue to do. It'll just be coming from a different source. I do think that there's new money related to trade infrastructure that is pretty critical. There's also $6 billion available in direct delivery stream, which is great news. But at the end of the day, my strong message is that without significant long-term new investments in local infrastructure, it'll be difficult to provide the infrastructure needed for the hundreds of thousands of new homes the federal government wants to build. All of these homes require running water, roads that connect people to work and services, emergency services, community amenities and parks, and all the things that actually make a community. So I think there's a lot of good news in this budget, but we still need a long-term stable commitment to municipal infrastructure in this country to meet all of our collective goals.
Okay, so Josh, what do you suggest should be done to further the $27.8 billion for the local roads, bridges, and water systems that you mentioned for the new homes to be built?
Yeah, well, again, like I said, much of that comes from the old gas tax fund, which is what we've counted on in our long-term budgets. And what we've been saying, irrespective of those dollars, is that there is a shortfall to try to build the 500,000 homes that the government wants to ramp up to. We see this and we echo this with our provincial partners. We've been asking for infrastructure dollars at both of those levels. Again, that's really incredible that both levels of government are saying that they're going to commit infrastructure dollars. In our opinion, it's just not quite enough to meet all of our collective goals yet. So I think this is a great start. We're certainly happy to continue to engage with all levels of government to support their goals and build really strong communities, build Canadian resiliencies in our cities and communities, and ultimately build the housing that we know we need in this country.
Okay, so Josh, in the last 30 seconds, what do you want to see done? Can you give some concrete, suggestions?
Yeah, I think what we'd like to see is the Canada it's called the Build Canada Strong Fund, the community stream. That stream that flows money directly into municipal infrastructure increased over time. Long-term, stable municipal funding that supports us is critical, because I can tell you the way that the municipal finances are structured in this country, built on a system that is 150 years old, does not work to build modern communities anymore. We need a stable, long-term funding structure that is of sufficient amount to achieve all of our goals. I think the budget is a great start, but it's not the end of the conversation. It's just the beginning.
Okay, Josh Morgan, Mayor of London and Chair of the Federation of Canadian Municipalities Big City Mayors Caucus. Thanks a lot for your input and reaction to the budget.